Hey everybody, it's Mama. Welcome back to Mama's Odi Tarot. So today we're doing Billie Eilish's love life. You know, what it's been like, how love has treated her in the past, is she currently dating, and what that's looking like. This is a highly requested video. For some reason, everyone wants to know about Billie's love life, especially because I accidentally said something about her wife or something about her being with the woman. And I don't even remember saying that, but I watched back the video and I did say it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let's go ahead and look into it and figure it out. I already pulled on the situation. To be honest, I feel like she's going through a breakup from what I could see, like from what I feel in the energy. But we'll just have to see what the cards say. You know, the song that I'm hearing was "Oh na na, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name?" which is a pretty old song. And I don't know like what that's really about and what they're really trying to say. But I guess it's one of those things of the person wants to leave and she don't want them to go, it kind of feels like. But let's just jump in. Because I'm wasting time. Okay, is she dating? Is she in a relationship? Okay, we got majority yes cards here, so I'm going to go with yes. But like I said, I feel like she's on the tail end of something. It says glowing results, clarity, seeing the whole picture. Is going swimmingly, off the hook in the flow, and then turning away, walk away, unreceptive to new ideas. So I don't know if they're going through a rough patch. They're on a break. They've broken up, but it seems like there's a disagreement here where she's like kind of replaying old memories. You know, I'm looking at this music player. She's a record player where it's like she's replaying old memories with this person, but they've turned their back on her. So that's what I think is going on. And then what was the next thing that I asked? Are they happy? That's what I asked. Like, are they happy? Ooh, it's 3 no cards. Like, is it true love? That's what I asked. Like, are they happily in love? Don't risk it all on this. Is a losing proposition. Feels wrong, bad idea, manipulated, led astray, and burning through money, poor investment, broke. So they're obviously not on the same page. It feels like one person is here for money motivations and one person is here like because they think that this is the right risk and the right gamble that they should take. Like one person feels like they took a risk to be in this relationship and the other person was looking for financial situation, upgrades, and that's what it feels like here. And so with this, feels wrong, bad idea, manipulated, led astray, it feels like this, it's not true love here because you got one person who's financially motivated and the other person feels like they're risking it all on this one person. So we'll have to clarify as we go on exactly who that is. But I feel like, it's Billie that's the one that's taking the big risk. Let's continue. Yeah, because that pain that you get when you got a shot somewhere and then you kind of could feel the area, like a vein or whatever. It feels like that where that's not good. That's not good. Oh, no. I hope that this person that Billie was dealing with, they could have had some sort of addictions, okay? Or toxic habits that they were dealing with. And that's why it was a big risk and gamble as well for her to be in a relationship with this person because they haven't fully worked through, this is just coming up now, they haven't fully worked through their issues and their tendencies, okay? And their habits when it comes to things that this person likes to do. And Billie knows about it. But all right, let's continue. I asked, what is she looking for in terms of a love partner? What is Billie actually looking for? Oh. Okay, so with this balance, she's definitely looking for someone who is like the pumpkin to her spice, okay? The caramel to her apple. Like, she really wants someone who she could build a life with that is balanced, that she feel like, even if the person is, like I said, even if they're opposites, but as far as personality, she's just looking for someone who is her equal, who is balanced, who is her match, who is for her. And with this Mary Magdalene, it feels like she literally is looking for her twin flame, like on a, that type of thing, like on a spiritual level, where she feels like she wants a person who is exactly her twin flame, just like they can. There's no issues, there's no arguments, but we know how that goes with the twin flame. But anyways, that's what she's looking for. Also with this rest, someone who she feels at peace with, who she feels calm with, who she can spend out the rest of her days with. Remember I told y'all that she wants a more peaceful life ultimately, where she doesn't want to be like huge in the spotlight and all that. So she wants something that she could keep protected and keep safe, keep out of the public eye, that is not so much in everybody's face so that they can have anything to say or judge. She really wants to keep it protected with this moon. You know how this moon is kind of around the car. She really wants to keep her relationship protected. And that the person is her, they can protect each other. With this Pele, light your fire, she wants someone who, ignites her spiritually. Spiritually, I meant to say sexually, but yeah, ignites her spiritually as well. But sexually, and really makes her feel comfortable in her body and passionate. And they can, party together and they can have fun together and they can do more, love making, all of that good stuff. She just wants someone that is beautiful and that she's compatible with on all levels, okay? We also have Merlin, cosmic knowledge. So she wants somebody who is spiritually in tune, who knows about maybe more hidden things, occult practices, who's into just deeper conversations, like who wants to have that deep introspective type of conversation and not always talk about like just not dumb, but like surface level things, like who she could really talk about those deeper things with. And then lastly, Leah, stand your ground. So I think she wants somebody who is able to handle her emotional nature. Like, I feel like she's saying that she has a lot of emotions and she needs someone who's going to not be afraid or want to shy away from her or back down because she has a lot of emotions, or that she's, someone who is very strong when it comes to her feelings. Like when she loves super hard. So she wants someone who's going to be okay with that and who's not going to, be afraid of her because of all the love that she gives, and not want to like run away from her love, but actually embrace it and give her back that same love in return. So just someone who can understand and embrace her emotional nature. All right, let's continue. How has love treated her in the past? That wanted to come out on top of that. Okay. All right, so she has certain wounds surrounding, I would say, like I said, her sensitive nature and also her sexual nature. Like, it's okay, like I said, to be passionate and to be loving with the Pele, and to be somebody who likes to, engage in that type of activity and do those type of things. But it feels like because of that, people have taken advantage of her. You know how sometimes when women will have a sexual nature about them, people will try to take advantage of that. Like people will try to abuse that and think that just because you're beautiful or you have this siren energy about you, like I said, she has, like, just because you're a siren doesn't mean that you can just like, I'll go me and, always have your eyes on me. Like, this is the kind of same stuff that, who was I talking about that had the same kind of siren energy? Alessia Cara. Where it's like people will, I just don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like, I hope y'all understand what I'm saying when I say people will take advantage of the fact that you're a sexual being. Like, they will take that as a means to like do something to you that you wouldn't want. Just because you're an actual being doesn't mean that, you always want someone to be touching you, or you always want to have sex. Like, she'll have people do things to her just because she is a sexual being, even if she might not have wanted it. Like, that's what I'm seeing here. Like, and with this face your shadow and end of a cycle, it's like in the past she's had people take advantage of that Lilith energy that she has, like that really dark divine feminine nature that she has. Like, people have like abused that. And when it comes to forgive and kindness and nurturing, it's one of those things where she's trying to be kinder to herself and be more nurturing to herself, because she's had people take advantage of her kind nature and feel like they could just say sorry and all is forgiven. Like, no matter how harshly they've done her or how bad they've done her, like, people feel like they could just get away with stepping on her heart, stepping on her toes, and really just doing her bad by saying sorry, and then all should just be forgiven and they can keep forward and move on. Like, it really is real kind of like violent, cruel energy where people have really been not so nice to her. Like, I just heard that ambulance go by, and I was just thinking, like, yeah, it's that kind of energy where people have really done her wrong, done her dirty, and she's had to deal with certain chaotic situations and drama when it comes to her love life because of the way that, people will use her and abuse her and think that it's okay to just do whatever and then come back around and say sorry and think everything is supposed to be forgiven. That's sick. But anyways, I don't want to get stuck there. Let's continue. I next asked about, is their relationship supported by the ancestors? Is their relationship supported by the ancestors? Life Force, Aphrodite, Lost, Healer Guides, Compromise, Master Teacher, and Shadow, Divine Healers in reverse. So this is one of those situations where now, remember, she has a lot of life force energy. She has that Aphrodite, that sexual energy. Excuse me. Now that has been taken advantage of in so many different ways, she's trying to find a way to reject that side of herself, reject her shadow. Before, she was standing in her Lilith energy with shadow coming out upright. Now we see shadow coming out in reverse, in terms of her love life. In the past, she was standing in that shadow side, that little energy. She didn't care about how people felt about, the light and dark energy that she brought. It was all integrated. But now she wants to she felt like she suffered too much loss because of her life force energy. And so her way of compromising is by rejecting her shadow side completely. And so what the ancestors is saying basically is that, like, she has to find a way to do inner healing and inner work first before she can actually find a relationship that will truly be happy. So no, they don't necessarily support this relationship because she's only going to experience more pain and more loss and more suffering. She actually needs to be focusing on going back to that place where she is actually okay with compromising with herself and that light and dark shadow, and not being afraid to stand in her sexual nature. Like, if she's a sexual person, then that's okay. She just has to be careful of who she allows around her, who she trusts, who she gives herself to, who she allows herself to be in a relationship with. But they don't support her completely rejecting her shadow side and rejecting the fact that she is this, she has, a healthy sexual identity. That's it. She has a healthy sexual identity, and they want her to embrace that and embrace her life force. And the fact that her sexual nature brings her blessings and her creativity. Like, there's a lot that she could do from, her sacral energy that produces for her. And they don't want her to reject her sacral energy and her root chakra, energy. They want her to actually embrace those things because that's what's going to bring her blessings. And if she doesn't, then it keeps her in this, survival mode where she feels like she don't have everything she needs. She can't truly be herself. Like, she's not going to feel comfortable in her body. So they feel like this, relationship that she's dealing with this person is her continuing to reject her true nature, her true self. All right, so let's keep going. How did they meet? How did her and this person meet, and the energy surrounding their meeting? So let's see about the energy surrounding their meeting first. And then, how did they meet? How did they come together? Excuse me, be in a relationship. All right, the energy surrounding their meeting. Priorities in reverse. With Master Teacher, Psychic Awareness, Divine Soul upright, Death, Guardian Angels upright, and Leadership, Holy Spirit upright. So basically, this came at a time where she was not focused, where Billie was not focused on her priorities. The energy surrounded both of them. They weren't focused on their priorities. They weren't focused on what they were supposed to be doing. They were going through a lot of stress and turmoil. Endings, remember, Hell, End of a Cycle already came out. So they were both dealing with endings when it came to love at the time when they approached each other, and they were tired of, dealing with people that, claimed they loved them, but then ended up leaving them and going through those loss and that heartache and that pain. So they were at a point where they wanted to find something to pretty much move forward quickly with this leadership and Holy Spirit. Like, wanted to just, climb the ladder, move forward with life and not think about the past, just go into a new phase and not really prioritize doing the healing work and do what's necessary as far as their soul and their psychic awareness and what their spirit was trying to make them aware of and what their higher self was telling them they needed to do. They were just trying to pretty much distract themselves with hurrying up and moving into a new relationship instead of doing the healing work necessary. So typical, with karmic relationships. All right, how did they come into being in a relationship? Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords. Okay, so it feels like whoever this masculine is, because this is definitely a masculine. We're heavy with all of these, masculine cards being out here with the Knight of Pentacles and King of Swords and this Temperance card. Whoever this masculine is that she is currently dating, she, with this King and Queen of Swords, she feels like this person is her match. She believes that this person is the person that she's supposed to be with. And that is why she, came into being in a relationship with them. They had a lot of conversations mentally. She felt like they was on the same page. They, really related. Like, remember I said she's looking for that twin flame, that person who she feels like is the same as her. So with him, she feels like she found that match and this person is exactly the same as her. And with the Knight of Wands, it's saying that she was also sexually motivated by, getting into this relationship that they had a lot of passion. He's sexy. They had a lot of chemistry. Like, she wasn't really thinking clearly with this Eight of Swords, like, in terms of, her spiritual guidance and what her ancestors was telling her. She was thinking about all of the love making and the passion that they could make, and how sexy he is and how good he looks and all of that good stuff. So that's why she chose to go this route. I feel like with this Temperance, they were saying that, she should have, they were urging her to be a little bit more patient to make sure that this person was going to be the right person to build a foundation with. But she just wanted to move quickly. She wasn't interested in being patient. She felt like God sent me an angel from the heavens above. She felt like he's really the one. Like, he's really that guy. He's really the person for her. Okay, like, with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like, he made it look good. He really did. He made it look good. But I feel like he's not as affectionate. He'd be breadcrumbing her when it comes to, his emotional nature. But because he can do those things in the bedroom, she don't care. She's not seeing the fact that he's slow to open up emotionally and really give her what it is that she's actually looking for in terms of a relationship. But it's like she was just so willing to take this risk because of all of the joy and the happiness and the actualness and all of that stuff that she was getting, how much, love she felt like they had between them, literally. And so with this self-esteem, the ancestors were saying that self-esteem really wasn't an issue. She didn't care if this person was boosting her self-esteem or really making her feel good. She didn't care if this person was protecting her, with this Archangel Michael here, because she was distracted by the actual, the love making. So that's how they came into getting together. Let's continue. Our next asked, what about their feelings at the start? Their feelings at the start. So starting with Billie, how did she feel about him at the start? Six of Wands, Page of Cups, the Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. Oh my God, she felt like she found the man of her dreams. I tell you, she felt like she was victorious. Like, this is what she wanted. She got this person, and she was gonna do whatever she can to, keep them. Like, it's like she finally got, I remember I said they were slow. It's like something about an element here of her being like, I finally got them to make the offer with this Page of Cups. Like, I finally got him to, do it and give me what it is that I'm wanting. Like, you know what I mean? To have something with me. But with this Judgment and the Queen of Wands, again, they're emphasizing that this is all sexually motivated. She's in her passion. She's making this judgment based off of her passions and not based off of the actual real foundation of love, support, communication, all of the things. But she's telling herself, she's convinced herself with this King and Queen of Swords that this is the person. She's convinced herself that they are mentally on the same page, even though there's really no evidence of that. He don't need to do nothing. She's already convinced herself and believes this all on her own. We have a hide behind material things. I feel you even though we are apart. I couldn't let you get close to me, and I wonder if you are happy without me. So early on in the relationship, this tells me that, she was giving him spending money. Remember, burning through money, poor investment did come out. She was spending through money, burning through money, buying him things. And she was, even when they was apart, she just felt like she could feel him. Like, she was just having these telepathic feelings, and she knew he was there and he was the one for her. And she was so happy to surrender to this person and release to them and be with them. And she was just so head over heels in love. Like, she was googly eyed for this person. With this, I couldn't let you get close to me. This is saying that in the beginning, she might have been slow as well to let this person get close to her because she wasn't sure if she should open up to him or if it was the right thing, especially because her ancestors were definitely telling her not to. She was getting other guidance, okay? And so she wasn't really supposed to be letting this person get close. But with this, I feel you even though we are apart, and I wonder if you are happy without me. It's one of those things where she's always thinking, like, are you thinking about me when I'm not around? Like, this is what she would probably text him, like, were you thinking about me today? Do you miss me? Do you love me? Like, it was that thing. Like, she was just really, really googly eyed for this person and always wondering, like, if they was thinking about her when she wasn't around and when she was working and when she was in the spotlight. Was they, like, dreaming of her? Was they in the crowd, like, thinking about her when she was on stage and watching her? Like, all that. This person could have been in the crowd. You never know. But let's see about him. How was he feeling at the beginning of the relationship? Nine of Wands, King of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Four of Pentacles. He was in a real stingy, greedy mindset when it came to his finances. Of course, he was the one that was broke and didn't have money. So he was looking for opportunities to, turn things over in his favor. Like, it was like he was really going through stress, right? And like mindset when it came to his money. He was broke. He did not have it. No, he could barely afford to take her on a date or spend money on her or do things for her. If anything, he was just collecting gifts. He was collecting opportunities and collecting gifts and money and whatever it is that she had to offer him. He was taking her handouts, pretty much. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's telling me that, yeah, he was looking for opportunities and ways to grow in terms of his own finances and his money in his life. Like, he was trying to see how he could get opportunities off her. Right, how he could turn this over in his favor. And with this King of Cups is telling me that he was putting on a facade emotionally, really trying to make it seem like he was so invested, and he, was just this really highly emotional person, and he didn't want to make the same, like, he's so invested when it comes to relationships. I don't want to make the same mistake twice with this Nine of Wands. Like, I don't know if I could trust you. Like, really doing that reverse psychology BS where he's trying to make it seem like he don't know if he could trust her and be with her, because he's just been through so much in the past when it comes to love, and people have just used and abused him and taken advantage of him, and now he's drained and he don't got it to offer, and he's looking for handouts, and now he's the one who don't got it. And so she was willing to help and be that person, and provide for him confirmation, because he was acting like his emotions had been taken advantage of in the past. And the only reason why he didn't have money and didn't have his shit together was because of the ways that women had been taking advantage of him in the past, and what had been done to him. And he was just so afraid. That's why it took him so long to even make her an offer, was because he didn't want to make the same mistake twice. But it's all BS. It's all shit that he been cooking up and working up, because at the end of the day, he got skeletons in his closet and he ain't perfect. Okay, we have I wish things could be different. I love you unconditionally. We will be together again. And I know that I crossed the line with you. So this is telling me that he was still pining for her old lover. But this I wish things could be different. He still had somebody else that he was loving unconditionally, that he was telling himself that he was going to end up being back together with, that he crossed the line with, possibly by even being caught with Billie or seen with Billie or whatever the situation may be. The lover that he was with before possibly found out about this and knew what he had going on, because we do see multiple women here in these pictures. So with this, I wish things could be differently. Like I said, he had somebody else that he was still in love with, that he was an ex that he was saying we was going to end up being together again. And that he crossed the line with them, and he's sorry he damaged whatever they had going on, but he was going to end up being back. So he hadn't closed out his previous cycles. He was still emotionally invested. No wonder he coming out as the King of Cups, because he was dealing with multiple emotional investments, not just with Billie. Seven of Pentacles. He had to pick it a little. He had different people he was working and building foundations with. Thank you, ancestors, for the confirmation and the clarification on that. Wow. All right, so let's see, about currently what's going on as far as their relationship. Billie and him. Okay. So currently, in terms of their relationship, you have Billie, who feels like she's putting in all the work with the Eight of Pentacles. She's doing all of the giving with the Six of Pentacles. And he's out living his best life with this Three of Cups, enjoying, partying, having fun. Like, I don't know. She's still kind of, in the midst of being googly-eyed and wanting to help and just, enjoying, partying, having fun. And like I said, she seems to be the one putting in all the effort and the work when it comes to this relationship with the Eight of Pentacles. Is what the answers are saying. She's putting in all the work. She's giving all the money. She's doing all of the giving, and she's not receiving as much in return. But because she thinks that he's everything, she's not even focusing on the writing on the wall. She's not seeing what's truly going on here. That's what I'm seeing currently. Or at least that, with this party, and she's having fun. And with him, we have the Tower, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So he got drama and chaos. He's going through tower moments. Especially because he was dealing with other lovers. He's, emotionally invested elsewhere. So there's things going on where he's got her in competition with other people. And with this Page of Wands, it's like he's still trying to spin narratives and, with these spirals, spin narratives and tell lies and try to keep everything together as far as what he's doing, because he don't want her to get the truth and see what's going on. He's still not being honest and not being truthful about what he has going on. Because he don't want her seeing shit for what it is. He wants the wool pulled over her eyes. But it's a lot of drama going on for him. So, I asked, how are they each currently feeling towards each other, starting with Billie. Of course, I love you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. I hid who I really am from you, and finding out the truth crushed me. Okay, so she still loves him. obviously whoever this man is. But with this, I hid who I really am from you. There's something that she's hiding about herself that she needs to let him know about. So we'll see what that is. And I hope you can forgive me one day. And then finding out the truth crushed me. So she found out that he was dealing with other women. She found out the truth about that. Although she still loves him, she knows. So let's see what was the energy surrounding that and her having to find out about that. Let me go up here. How did she find this out? What was the situation surrounding her finding out the truth? The moon, yeah. There was a lot of drama and chaos. He had a lot of secrets, and they ended up coming to the light. Yeah, she found out with the Justice card. Yep, ancestors made her aware. She knows now. There's no longer any confusion or her being able to pretend. If she wants to turn a blind eye to it now, then that's up to her. Like, the truth might have crushed her, and she still loves him, but she's aware now. It's the wool is not over her eyes no more. She's got the truth about who he really is and the fact that he deals with multiple women and things like that. And that he still has an ex that he's in love with. Give me 2 more on, how she found this out. How did she find this out? Oh, this is a whole lot. I guess we'll take it. Death card, Ace of Cups, the Lovers, and the Empress, the King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's another woman that's pregnant here, is what I'm seeing. The Lovers and the Empress. She found out that, that whoever this other woman was that he was dealing with, that he got her pregnant with the Empress here, and that he started a new foundation with this death and rebirth, that he will bring a new life, will be bringing new life into this world, okay, and this Ace of Cups, that he definitely planted that seed, into this person, and so now they're going to, be having this baby, and with this King of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, she sees that he gives his love out, that he be making multiple love offers, and that she wasn't the only person that he had given a love offer to and had made promises to and told that he was going to be in a relationship with. And this was a rude awakening for her to have to realize that the person who she thought that she was building a foundation with was not truly only for her and not truly only her lover, was sleeping around and got another woman pregnant. So that's what that's about. That's what happened there. All right, let's see about this. I hope that you can forgive me one day, and I hid who I really am from you. What is that about? What did she hide about herself? What was Billie hiding about who she really is? Because this keeps coming up. In the beginning, she was hiding and closed off, and she's still currently hiding. Nematoma, safe space. Sedna, there's always enough. And one more, please, because I picked up what you're putting down. How I tell the truth. Okay, so yeah, she's, bisexual. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. With this safe space, there is always enough and tell the truth. She never told the truth that she is balanced in her divine masculine and feminine energy, right? Like, she sometimes plays the role of divine masculine or whatever you want to call it, that she has that type of energy in her, that she likes both genders, that she deals with women and men. So she was hiding that truth from him. She never felt like she could truly trust him and find a safe space in him to let him know that, with this, there is always enough, that, plenty of fish in the sea. She likes to explore sexually, and she's open to sexual exploration when it comes to being with men and women. And she never told the truth about this and was honest with him about that. So that's what she's hoping that he could forgive her about one day. So I just want to know from this deck as well, where was she in terms of being able to be honest with him and tell him the truth? Where was she in terms of being honest with him and telling him the truth? The Hangman coming out sideways. Yeah, it was like she just couldn't get to that point of really wanting to be honest and release that. Yeah, Baba Yaga patience. It's like she was just kept putting it off, kept telling herself she'll wait. Like, she was just gonna put it off because it wasn't that big of a deal. She felt like in the moment, because she's dealing with him, and she felt like she, with this, there was always enough, that she had enough love to pretty much give to him, and that she was going to have enough love for the both of them, and that she wasn't even going to end up surrendering to being with a woman, even though that's something that, is what she's into. She's not ready to surrender and release to that anyway. So she's kind of like with this hard, she hasn't even told herself the truth, put it like that, and been honest about the fact that she really is, bisexual and things like that. So with that being the case, it was no reason for her to surrender to this with the Hangman coming out sideways. It was no reason for her to be honest and tell him this, because she's still struggling with her own sexual wisdom and her own sexual identity at this time. So that's why she felt like, there was no need to tell him, and that she was just gonna, like I said, there was always enough. She was always gonna be with him, and she was gonna stay with him for the rest of her life, and she was gonna put all those feelings about, being with someone of another gender in the back of her mind, and she wasn't gonna think about it and just be with him. So yeah, she felt like she was just gonna put that to rest and be at peace and happy with being with that man and surrendering to that situation. This guy, whoever this guy is. So all right, now that we know, what she hid from him, let's see about how he is currently feeling towards her. I want to be more than friends. It was my fault, but I blamed you. We both know I'm not the one for you, and I'm so attracted to you. So he's definitely very sexually attracted to her. He definitely wants to be more than friends with her. But I always say, when I see this card, when they say they want to be more than friends, but they don't say I want to be in a relationship or I love you, it's because they know they're dealing with other things. They can't commit to you and only you. Yes, they know they want to be, the dude knows he want to be more than friends with Billie, but he can't say that she's the only person that he's attracted to and that she's the only person that he want to be more than friends with. He knows that it was his fault that she found out about the other baby and what he's doing and everything like that. And for some reason, his reverse psychology is blaming her because he feel like with this, we both know I'm not the one for you. Okay, so let me ask this question real quick. Was it like an open relationship? It's coming out sideways here. Was this an open relationship? Where it was like, okay, this be with, no. Okay, so it for sure wasn't an open relationship. But did he know? Is he aware? Because it says we both know I'm not the one for you. So it's like he's aware that she's into women. Like, is he aware of this? Cut short uphill battle, fighting for a lost cause. Ooh. Resistance to change, upsetting news, accident. So he might have accidentally seen something, okay, but he's not fully sure. Both of those cards wanted to jump out sideways on the no side. He's not fully sure about this, but I think that there's with this cut short uphill battle, fighting for a lost cause, and what was the other one? Yeah, resistance to change, upsetting news, accident. He accidentally became aware of something or saw something. I don't know if he felt like there was a certain relationship or a friend that she had that she was too close to. Was there like a close friend that he saw that she was like super close with? Yes. Okay, yeah, yes. So that's what it was. It was like a friend that he saw that she had a super closest with that he wasn't sure if there was something more going on between them. Or if there was another man. Okay. Yeah, he thought that it could have been even a divine masculine. So he's not even sure. He just knew that he felt like there was just another person. There was somebody else that she was pining for. And so with this, it wasn't my fault, but I blamed you. What he's basically saying is that he chose to step outside of the situation because he felt like she was depriving him with this denial and deprivation. He felt like when she was working, she was possibly dealing with other lovers. He was insecure about the relationship and them moving forward and growing. I mean, obviously, because he was cheating. So of course he was. He was cheating and dealing with other things. So he felt like Billie was doing the same thing, even though Billie was not doing any of that. That she had strictly business relationships and she wasn't mixing business with pleasure. But he believed that she was, and he didn't trust her. He was looking at her with one good eye and one bad eye. See that? He didn't trust her. And so I guess with this deprivation, whenever she was working, whenever she was away, whenever she was doing stuff and he wasn't around her, he would take it as an opportunity to go deal with other people and do other stuff. And because his financial situation with his prosperity wasn't as good, he was dealing with a lot of just lack. He felt like he wasn't good enough. Yeah, and now I'm hearing you should have known better. He should have known better. But it's like one of those things where he didn't trust it and he didn't believe that it was all going to work out between them. So he was going behind her back and doing other stuff. And in the midst of doing all of this shit, he ended up getting somebody pregnant. That's what he did, because he was stuck in a lack mindset, feeling like he didn't have the money that she had. Feeling like he couldn't trust her, in denial about the fact that she truly loved him and was not stepping outside of their relationship, but in denial because he was doing stuff. So that's why he was gaslighting and not trusting her. Now he got the epiphany and he knows that she's real, and he sees that she's the truth and she was never lying with this epiphany here, and that he should have just trusted and believed in her. But no, he couldn't trust it. And then I asked, are they going through a breakup? I asked that because I felt that energy. We have no's. No, I didn't. I said I asked, are they going through a breakup? I asked, is this going to last? Is this relationship going to work out? We have last minute changes, too late. All of these cards say no. Behind schedule, paths are closed now. Do not enter. This one kind of came out sideways. In the formative stages, immature, being hungry, feeling out of sync, not compatible with you. So yeah, they it feels like they pretty much broke up. Like they realized, that she needed to get out of that bubble, that fantasy, that bubble that she was in. Her bubble was burst. Okay, because now she sees that this person, her and them are not on the same page. That they on a whole different timing. Their life is moving forward. They're bringing new life into this world and doing things. And so now that, with this, you have access, doors opening, their relationship has to come to an end. And she got to close out the path between them. And they're not in sync anymore because he has this new love that's coming through in the form of a baby. So he's got to focus on doing that. So what can we see, just future-wise in terms of Billie and what she's actually going to be focusing on? What is Billie going to be focusing on in terms of her love life? Like, what's her current love blockages, that she's currently going to be working through? Discipline. All right. Yeah, like being more disciplined when it comes to choosing a mate and choosing a lover and making sure that she got somebody that is on the same page with her. So with this discipline, I feel like she's going through a period of abstinence. That's what they urging her towards, celibacy. Like no drinking, no smoking, no sleeping around. Like just really using her creative energy and her sacral energy to boost her life and go after her passions and her goals and what it is that she really want to do. Like she said, she wants a fresh start and she want to start over. So it's time for her to actually do that and be disciplined and go after what she really, really wants. Okay. Anything else in terms of future predictions and what she's focusing on and what she needs to be doing right now? Kali Ma, yeah, she's undergoing that spiritual transformation, really getting in tap with and in tune with her spiritual nature and what she needs to what she needs to be honest with herself about, to be honest. Okay, like being more real and authentic when it comes to her sensual and sexual nature, and being okay with the fact that and she has that Lilith energy and that sexual side and that Kali Ma, that she has those energies. Because literally I wanted to bite my tongue during this reading. Like it really gave body yada 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 yada, but Megan Thee Stallion vibes. Like she has to start embracing that more alter ego, I would say. Like, yes, she's Billie Eilish, but I'm telling you, Billie got an alter ego. Like, just how Megan got Tina Snow, this woman has an alter ego that is very sexual in nature, and they wanted her to more embrace that side of her because now she's rejecting it, and they want her to just find a way to balance it all and juggle it all. Anything else about her future predictions? Oh, this one is sticking out. The Hierophant. Yeah, really focusing more on her spiritual path. Possibly taking more trips to Ireland. Spending more time there. I don't see anything really about love. Just really her going after her own happiness right now. Yeah, igniting her own fire with this Seven of Wands. Like, it's time for her to really stand tall on what makes her happy. Yeah, stand on her own strength. Stand alone. Really do the introspection work to figure out why it is that she's afraid to be honest about who it is that she loves and what it is that she's into. Okay. And tell me more about, how Billie feels, just lastly to close it out, about her love life and maybe her being pan. Because I really feel like she's just pan. It's not even bi. Like, it's really more pan where she just loves people for who they are and what they bring to the table and them being a match to her. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. So it's one of those things where she's still fighting it. She's still juggling. She's still juggling, letting go and letting go of this man, letting go, releasing control of that relationship and those things from the past, and letting go of the idea that she has to be in a conventional relationship with a man. Like that she can have whatever it is. Like it feels like with this Five of Pentacles, she deals with a lack mindset. She deals with sadness, and they saying that the key is right behind her, and she can unlock that door at any time. She can unlock that door at any time by just being real with herself and being honest with herself. Because if she's pan and she want to love who she loved, then she should be who she is and love who she loved. Nobody can, stop her from having that relationship, and no one can judge her. No one can crucify her or persecute her for what it is that she loved. But she's still in her head juggling, and she still hasn't let go of this masculine, this man that she feel like is the one for her. Even though it seems like she has both masculine and feminine lovers out there for her. Yeah, she feel like with this Fool, she don't want to surrender to that new beginning and really release to that and open herself up to that because she don't want people to judge her. Yeah, look how this woman is wearing this rainbow dress. So it's just one of those things where she's keeping it quiet, she's keeping it to herself, and she's still trying to figure out how she can move on forward from this man. She's still really just stuck on that relationship that she had with him. She really can't think about anything else besides closing out that cycle and evolving and growing from that before she could really figure out what she wants in terms of love. So no rush with her being in no relationship. She has to really figure herself out, figure out what she wants from love, who she wants to be with. Is she going to be with a man or like, you know, with her being pansexual? Is she going to be with someone non-binary? Is she non-binary? Like, what's her sexual? She's got to figure herself out and what it is that she really wants and what her spirit is telling her and not what everybody else will want for her life. And then she can start thinking about, you know, engaging in a relationship and being in love. It's just not the focus for her right now, guys. All right, so that's what I have as far as Billie Eilish's love life. I hope that y'all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Love you.